Hello YouTube! I am Pinstar and this is Pinstar Plays Foundation. So this is a game that I saw at PAX East 2019 and was quite curious about it. It looks like a Banished type game, city building. I don't want to say as much as survival, but I actually haven't gotten into the game just yet. I do want to thank GamerGuySteve for the gift of this game. They kindly donated it to me, and I've been meaning to check it out, so this was the perfect excuse to check it out. Now, little caveat here. Normally when I dive into a game, even a Pinstar plays, I've played some of it to begin with, just to familiarize myself. But I figured, you know what? Let's try something new here. Let's go into this completely blind. I'm aware of the genre and the premise, but none of the mechanics. So I'm going to have to be learning on the fly. And so maybe you guys can get a peek into my brain as to how I sort of learn a brand new game. So let's dive in. The Hills map, as opposed to some of the others. Well, again, knowing nothing about the game, I'm not gonna... Okay. I'm not gonna do anything funky, so we're just gonna go with whatever their default would have been. No mods, obviously, so let's start. Okay, so first things first. The first thing I look for is a pause button. If the game doesn't start paused already. That's because I don't like, going through, reading help and tutorials, and then realizing that I've ticked away a bunch of time or critical resources and have to start the game anew if I want to get off on the right foot right away. So let's go through here. Let's see. All right, you know what? I'm not going to capture me reading all of the tutorials because that's kind of boring. So let me pause here real quick, read the tutorials, and then we'll dive into this still semi-blind. Okay, so starting on here, just going off of little cues that the game gives you, and basically I'm trying to figure out what's the rub of the game? What's the important part, and what are the nuances that I need to pay closer attention to? Obviously, open the public buildings list, pick the right building is going to be a big one. But if we look down here, green arrows are entry points to your buildings. Make sure you leave enough room to be accessible to your villagers. That right there tells me that these green arrows are going to be important to our workflow. Because I have a feeling if the villager has to, say, for example, if this one's blocked and this one's the only one open, but they have to go all the way around a building to get to it, that will significantly lower the efficiency of the building. So I'm going to be mindful of that. I actually have no idea if that's going to be the thing. And then assign the builder. Fair enough. Let's step through here. Also, we can see that buy this land for free, buy this land for free. Looks like we only have two choices here. When in doubt, go with the plot that's got more diverse looking resources. I see these things. I see this stuff. I see some hills, which might be important. I see plenty of trees. That's a more diverse, although this one has a little of everything too. But again, I don't know if the mountainside is an important terrain feature. So I'm going to go with this one out of instinct. So, village center. Fair enough. The center of our village. It sounds like you probably want the resources to be on the outskirts. So village center, you probably want to be on a flat area of land. So we're going to place you right there. Okay. New zone extraction available. Sheep statue. Okay. That opened up a whole bunch more stuff for us. Let's... now, the tutorial told us how to build extraction stuff, but they didn't tell us to what end. So let's read on. Food resources must be transported from a production building to a granary before moving on to processing or the market. So the granary is going to be intermediary. So the placement of the granary is going to be important again for that all important production chain efficiency here. Let's see. Granary does food, raw food, luxurious food. So granary's all food stuff. So the granary does not necessarily need to be in place for, say, the non-food stuff like lumber. All right, so we do want to get our food together, but the other thing to be mindful of is what is our temp village center part. Yeah, this game's in early access, so there's probably going to be some placeholder art. That's full caveat here. We have read the tutorial here. Few bits and pieces. It's probably not the final form of the tutorial, but I think I have a reasonable understanding of what we need to do here. So we got ourselves 40 wood, 20 tools, and 10 berries here to get us started. We also looks like we have 8 serfs. Now these serfs can eventually be promoted to higher classes of citizens, which are capable of doing more complex jobs, but we need to meet their needs. So at the moment we're just a peasant society that needs to get the bare bones basics. Now the one thing you want to be careful of in these city builder games, especially with limited resources, is that you want to establish a production chain of the baselines before you build too much and use up too much of your starting, lest you run into a situation where you can't build any more of that. So lumber looks like it's needed to build just about everything. So let's get our lumber camp going here. I'm gonna get these trees over here, and again we want to pay attention to the arrows. Let's see, right-click control, horizontal. Aha, there we go. So, again, we want to use the arrows as a baseline here. And it also looks like it smushes some trees by automatically. Let's get this scooched over so that we just sort of harvest up all the trees here. Like right there. Now, the lumber camp is going to need to go to a sawmill. Let's see. Sawmill uses 20 wood. Lumber camp uses tools. So we'll be able to get our wood up and going. Do we have stone? I don't know. Actually, I don't think we have stone. So we can start building planks, or we can start building wood. Oh wait, sawmill produces planks. But these things just require raw wood, so we don't need to refine our wood just yet. So let's not jump to the sawmill just yet. Gathering hut, looks like we're going to need that, but 10 wood, we can handle 10 wood. Now they mentioned before the desirability layers here. Residential is just sort of how nice things look. Iron ore for the mines. All right, so this is fertility. I'm assuming that's for farming, but I'm assuming gathering hut produce berries. Now, are these berry bushes, though? Yeah, those are berry bushes right here. Those got to be berry bushes. So I'm assuming the fertility doesn't mean berry fertility. It's more of a... of probably for later game farming fertility. Yeah, and then iron ore. Iron ore. Do we not have any desirability for iron ore? Like I see a patch of it over there. But this mountainside here does not, just because we are part of a mountain, does not look like we are immediately part of iron ore. We might not even need to get into iron ore just yet. So my mountainside theory probably doesn't hold as much weight, but that's okay. Again, first time into this. So we're probably going to want to be on the closer side to this, and I'm going to figure we're going to want a side to face the berries, and then also a side to deliver the stuff from. So we put you like right there. That side faces the berries, and then we can pick up the berries. Now, it's assuming that any of the 4 arrows can be used by our workers. Now, I do know we do need a granary. So yeah, this right here would work. Because then we can make the village part, like with all the houses and what have you, down here. Well, what does a well does? Provides water to the villages. This requires this, that, and the stone. Alright, Stonecutter's Camp. Produces stone. I'm assuming that's what this stuff is down here. Stone. But the other question is this stone on the side of the mountain, does that count as stone? Because if it does, or if this stuff does, if this all counts as stone, this might be a better place for it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, just to hedge my bets, I'm going to put this here, rotate this so that they can get in from the trees, and then that way they can access it, but we keep the ring, our little effective ring, to that little stone down there in the south, just in the off chance that that counts as harvestable stone too. And if it doesn't, then we still have the more obvious stone in our ring. What happened? Let's try that. Oh, yeah. They just have to build it. Okay. I think that's all of our basics, but I think we have to assign people now. No. Waiting for a builder. Builder. Do we have a building thing here? Monuments. Aha, wooden bridge. Gotcha. Alright, so extraction is going to be, we're going to extract here, and extract over here. This just basically tells our people what can we harvest up, versus what do we want to leave in place. We want to harvest up that stone. That's all fair game. And we want to say, yeah, this stone over here, if that counts as stone, is fair game. Alright, walls we're not doing. Estates we don't need to worry about just yet. Territory, budget, and trade. We will be getting into trade, because that's, if Banished has taught me anything, that's an important bit right there. Alright, we are 1x speed, build a village center, good. Oh yeah, these quests are probably what are leading me on. Alright, so it looks like they don't take these jobs automatically. Yeah, we don't have any stone, so we need to prioritize the building of our stone camp over here. That's our stonecutter camp. Yeah, we want to prioritize this thing first. All right, let me double check here. No workplaces, villager list. Okay, so we want to make you a build. Okay, so we got one builder. We could probably set this up with a couple of builders to start us off with. Now, as far as I can tell, yeah, these are just their needs. It doesn't look like there's any, like, you know, there's nobody who's necessarily predisposed to building somewhere. So we're going to make 2 people a builder. See if we can't get that cooking first. Alright. We're finishing up these builders here. Okay, I was about to say, you guys gonna do something? Alright, looks like only one builder is needed per thing. So we'll probably unassign one of our builders once we get our initial outlay set up here. Yeah, he's going to need to knock down a few trees here. Oh, that's nifty. They're making natural paths here. All right, so they're running back, and it looks like, yeah, so they had to go clear the area. They're grabbing the resources to bring there now. So it looks like we're going to get our woodcutter and that. Actually, I'm kind of glad about that. I'm happy about that order of operations. I'm going to leave these 2 as builders, and then once once we're done with that, we'll probably unassign that one of them. Keep one as a sort of a utility infielder builder to build up what we need. But generally, you don't want too many of your population assigned to builders right from the get-go. I mean, a pro strat could be, and I don't even know if there's any harm in that. All right, now this lumber camp. So we have limited people, so we're going to start with just one person at a time. Paint an extraction zone, that's good. You're still building, okay. You're building those things. Produce food. Yep, that's what we're working on here. All right, so we got the wood. This stonecutter camp takes a little bit more. You know what? Let's go one more villager while we're waiting, just to cut down on the idols. We'll probably get our wood income going, which will allow us to grow a little bit faster. But I'm not quite ready to commit to 3 just yet. Again, given our limited supply of 8. I also don't know how quickly or how we expand our numbers. The tutorial did not actually tell me that part. Now, what are you waiting for? You're waiting for tools, but we have tools. We have 15 tools. Are they somewhere else, though? Or am I missing something here? So I know it says we have 15 tools here. Oh, there you are. Were you just, I guess he was taking a snooze. Oh, that's okay. Those two are doing their thing. We're actually, wood's coming in at an appreciable rate right now. That's actually not too bad. And actually, since this requires wood, they'll probably take the wood right from the camp, because it looks like it tells me where it's stored. So we got 12 wood already built up at the camp, plus the 20 from left over from the starter wood we had here. Yeah, it looks like, yes, she's back now. All right, so Stonecutter's camp, we'll get 2 people on there. Again, I'll pare that back if we need to. Because then we'll have 2 people on berry gathering, and then as we build up stuff, we'll pull people from some of the basics here. All right, so they are going for the more obvious stone here, which is fine. I saw that stone was in both of our 2 starting patches along with the berries. So that's obviously a critical early resource that they've, seeded to be in there. I don't actually know if this map is procedurally generated or not, but that seems like the sensible get-go when you see something like that. Forager, 2 foragers, please. And again, I don't know how quickly these berry bushes deplete, but there are 2 sets of them, and they are in that. So now all of our people are pretty much spoken for. I do recall seeing that we need a transporter from that. Looks like the builders are willing to do their own transporting, but we might need a transporter to get ferry goods between 2 different lines here. So I think what I might do is... so they've both gone up a level in builder. Claude, why don't you become a transporter? Hildegard, why don't you remain our builder, since you've built up more skill doing your building thing. Alright, a new quest, build a granary, which we're almost done with, actually. And assign berries to a granary, fair enough. Yeah, so what are these derps doing? I'm on my free time. All right, so they have free times, they have downtime, they are not constantly working, which makes sense. This is a game where it seems their needs need to be taken care of. And we have these nice little natural roads. Like I like this little detail. This I like it when they develop organically. One of the big things that this game sort of touted itself on was that it was not a grid-based system. You will not see a square grid here. Everything's all kind of organically placed, which makes for a more organic-looking village here, which works for me. All right, it looks like, yeah, so is that you, Claude? That's Hildegard. Oh, so Hildegard's just grabbing the stuff that she needs, and I guess she grabbed it from there instead of that. All right, we are losing some cash here, but that's okay. I have a feeling we're going to be operating at a net loss until at least we can get our trades on here. And that's fine by me. Yeah, because we took out all the stone there. What are we missing? We're missing one stone. Yeah, you couldn't have grabbed one. You couldn't have waited for the stone cutters to get one more stone. And actually, we have to wait for them to get to manufacture one more stone, because without that, then we did not start the game with any stone. So that has to be a thing before the granary can become a thing. All right, looks like we got two. Looks like you're grabbing one. So it looks like every time they go there, they carry 2 stone with them. I bet you that will increase with level as they go up in level. There we go. All right, assign berries to a granary. All right, there we go. So it looks like we can hold 4 different things here. And we said, okay, any berries that we have, bring it to that granary. All right, and that gave us some stuff. Build a well, build a market, and a market tender, and sell it on the market. Aha, so we don't just give this to our people. We make them work for it, and then we sell it to them. I guess people have wages. I'm assuming we pay them wages, because that's probably why this is going down. Otherwise, they wouldn't have money to buy stuff from us in the first place. So I like this. It's more economic based. All right, well and market. Let's take a look. Well, all right. So we need more stone and more of that. And then the market I thought I saw was here. Wood and gold. All right, we can actually get started on the market right away. General parts list. Food stalls, goods stall, luxury. Let's start with the food stall. I wonder if this is modular. It might be modular. All right, this looks like a good spot for it, like right here. Now that little white orb, I'm assuming that's where the person stands, which means we're going to want to turn this around because we want this facing the people here. That looks pretty sensible to me. Oh, and it actually has a good sign gives us some splendor. Well, let's see how important this splendor is. Didn't actually cost me anything. So is this just free decoration? Oops, hang on. Again, I don't know how... Sometimes decorative parts are just fluff, which, I mean, I can appreciate a little fluff, but you don't super focus on them. Aha, planks. So it does increase the cost. All right, we're not into planks just yet. We'll just take that. Start construction, please. So it looks like that sign was free. Once this is built up, then that'll give us more time to gather more stones so that we can build the well. So we might as well start with the thing that we can start building right now. Now, you just took a really long, convoluted route. You say you have that, but you just showed me that... Because ideally, I want you to just go here to here, here to here, here to here. Why? So here's a So here's a learning lesson for the next time we do a village here is the inbound stuff. Yeah, it looks like this needs to be the part where stuff gets loaded. So I would have rotated this differently had I known. Now, it would be nice if you kind of went the other way around. That would have been nice. But again, I'll plan things better in the future. It's not, it's not the worst thing in the world at the moment, but I do wish I had known that from the get-go. But we'll survive. We'll survive. And then you are, you're Hildegard, so you're grabbing the wood that we need from here. No new people, but again, I don't know what makes up that. Now, is there a tool? Yeah, we don't need the zoning on all the time. Territorial boundaries we don't need. I just want to see if there's a way to paint a thing. All right. So we got the market. Now we need a market tender. What are we swimming in? We're swimming in wood at the moment. So I think I'm gonna take one of you guys off of. Hello, housekeeping. Oh, they just didn't update that. Okay. So, we want one there. And then, James, you will be a market tender. You will actually sell the goods. And then here, the market needs to sell berries. Now we need to plan our well. So let's get our well here. I'm assuming this is probably going to need to be close by too. And then, like, the houses will be all around here, ideally. That's what I'm feeling here. And hopefully you take a shorter trip to delivering this to here, or do you have to come out of the granary to get this? All right, you guys are buying your stuff. All right, primary needs is berries, and what is that? Oh, that's just a measure of all your primary needs, I think. Or that's something else or actually, you know what? That might be water from the well. Yes, that's water. That's the other primary need that we're about to fulfill here once the well is built. All right, I'm catching on. We got plenty of berries to go here. Now, are we making money? Yes, we are. See, there's our income. It's just offsetting our expenses. We're not going to be making the big bucks. But it looks like our treasury can only handle so much. All right, how is this doing? Yeah, we got the wood going here, and we've got enough stone, so Hildegard can just grab all the stone that she needs once she's off a break, probably. All right, now we're at +6 because everyone's been buying stuff. So it looks like things update themselves periodically. We're still at one person here in the lumber camp. Yes. Okay, good. We don't want to not lumber camp. We just need to keep that in mind. All right, let's speed you guys up a little bit here. All right, so yeah, you do need to do it, but the market tender does that, and that's a quick trip, at least. I do wish you would stop taking the long way. That just bothers me. And I have a feeling we can't just uproot building, and we'd have to demolish. I don't see any, uproot and rotate. So this isn't a quick modification. You better plan your stuff out right Which, I mean, I do not begrudge. I just wish I could plan things out a little better. All right, let's slow things down a little bit. Fill the needs of your newcomers. Increase your population by maximizing immigration. Assign a job to all your villagers. Raise the happiness to 100. Okay. Will trigger immigration wave. Okay. All right, so it looks like we don't have our people breed, but rather pure migrants, which is fair enough. I mean, not every city builder needs a baby-making mechanic. But I have a feeling once everyone has a chance to rest and get themselves some water from the well, then we'll be all set. We do already have all 8 of 8. We're about to cap out our stuff. Is there something else that we can do to spend down? Hang on, let me pause. Because I hate to sit at the cap and not build something. The sawmill requires that, and stonemason hut. We don't have any means of doing cloth, so stonemason's right out. What else do we have here? A market and a wooden bridge. We already built a market. Decoration. Okay. Statues. That's expensive. That's not... Yeah, no. Planks. All right, you know what? Let's get that sawmill going. Let's get that sawmill going. And look, there's only one arrow, so the rotation of this is fairly intuitive as to what we need, and we can just buddy it up to this little road right here. And that cost us, cost us the 100 gold, which is fine. But now we don't need to worry about bumping up against the cap. And while I'm not going to assign anyone to the sawmill right off the bat, 2 people who are passing by decided to join the village. So we've got some new migrants. So you guys might be our migrants here who will join in the sawmill, unless the sawmill requires a more a higher level person. All right, so yeah, you're all set. Yeah, it looks like it's just essentially unlimited. We'll give Hildegard all the time she needs to build that. Berries are keeping up, because that's the other thing we want to keep an eye on, is how many villagers do we need to produce the berries that we need? And how many can we put in, and is it lucrative to export? Because I know the tutorial mentioned something about exporting. Let's see, we probably don't need any more. We don't need to buy any more territory at the moment. Not until we start running out of resources, wood, or just really hard coming up against the cap. Now, it mentioned there's a lot of fertility on this side. I want this area, and eventually maybe into this area, to be part of like our main town square. And then we can have things like, once we unlock, I'm assuming there's farms that use fertility in a more traditional manner. This little patch right here was super fertile right here. So this might be like a nice row of farms. So just because an area is fertile doesn't mean it has to be used for farms. There also might be something to be said about building houses in the foothills. Maybe that would work, but my instinct is that this area needs to be houses once we get there. Ironically, houses are not first on the menu. The tutorial mentioned when people are ready to upgrade their station, that's only, right now they're serfs, and apparently serfs don't need houses. But once they're further up the chain here, there we go. One villager lacks space for housing. Hang on. So they mentioned that the tutorial mentioned, or at least I thought it mentioned, that the villagers build their houses. But so residential, we want to plan. We don't want houses there. We want houses here You mean desirability low? Yeah. Something like that. And we can set extraction to it. We can clip that little tree right there, clip that little tree right there. You might as well mark all this for extraction. Now, let's see. Forester Camp requires 12 serfs, fair enough. Monuments, rustic church. Well, what do you want? Lord Manor. Alright, we need more splendor. Yeah, it doesn't, and if I remember correctly, it does not, I don't build the houses, the villagers build the houses. So, I've just told them where they're allowed to build houses. Alright, promote your first newcomers, unlock the warehouse with the labor estate panel. Alright, build a Lord Manor, assign a Great Hall function to the Lord Manor. The end of the month, promote a villager to a serf. Unlock the warehouse from the labor estate panel. Okay. That's a lot to take in, so let's take a look. Villager information, 2 newcomers and serfs, security. All is good. Alright, where's the estate panel? Alright, 1 warehouse. Well, that's what that splendor is used for. Where do I see how much splendor do I have? Right here, 3 labor. Alright, so we've unlocked the warehouse, which actually is going to be something useful. And then, alright, keep, hall, church, clergy. Alright, so nothing more we can do here at the moment, but we do have the warehouse. So, warehouse, there we go. You need planks, so we do need to get that sawmill up and running before we even attempt the warehouse. Fair enough. And yeah, there they are. They're building their houses. And it looks like the villagers do their own. Unlock a trade route to get 1 tools and 1 free territory. Okay, yeah, trade routes are another thing I was looking at. Alright, so it recognizes that as part of it. Sells goods. Resources needed to build. Alright, I'm not going to mess with that. 2 villagers lack the space for housing, but they need to just build that. Now, I like it that they build their own fences, too, although I don't like that they... Alright, it looked for a second like they built a fence across the road. Like, come on, man. I know you don't like through traffic, but please, we got to use that road. Yeah, because we gotta get those planks up and running. Which, looking at all this, we probably... Actually, I think our distribution of... actually, we gotta put the newbies somewhere. So I think we're going to... Well, I was going to put both... Let's get one of the newbies. Let's get 2 woodcutters going here. And then I'll probably pull somebody somewhere. Do we have any unemployed people? No, I think that just sucked up the 2 newbies. Stonemason, woodcutter, carpenter. Produces planks. There we go. So once that's done, we will transform a couple of you into carpenters. They're probably using their break time to actually build the... Now, here's the question. Do you... Yeah, you need wood. You need to buy wood, though. I'm not building your wood. Or at least, am I? Let's let's do something here. General. Parts. Edit. Let's get a goods stall. Yeah. We'll snap you onto there. There. Because I bet you we have to sell wood to our villagers so they can build their own houses. Otherwise, they can't build them. Which makes a lot of sense to me. That makes a whole heckin' lots of sense to me. Waiting for... Oh, wait, no. Well, then we'll find out in a moment what kind of goods we sell to our villagers. It would have been really cool if we had to sell the raw materials to our villagers, just so they could build their houses. And now I can see how having one builder may be a little bit troublesome, and how they'll be occupied. Hey, we got an actual road here. All right. 2 wood equals 1 planks. All right, let's. What do we have too much of? I think we're going to be good on foraging. So you're going to be a carpenter. Yeah, so it looks like they don't build that, which is fair enough. Missed opportunity, in my opinion. All right, so yeah, I think that evaluates on overall happiness, which, you know, people want their houses, so that's why the other guy probably passed us up, which is fair enough. Fair enough. So happy this road got made here. So happy about that. Now I have a feeling where's our transporter? Quad. I'm on free time. All right, we finished up a house. We got Lewis and Claude. Fair enough. All right, we are getting our planks on. So where was that Lord Manor that we needed? Right here. 10 planks, 5 stone. I will plan that once I get the needed planks, because we certainly have enough stone for it. I'm glad we've kept the 2 stonemasons, because it looks like stone is harvested very slowly, which is fine. I also have a feeling this Lord Manor thing will unlock the greater trade routes, which that extra stall in our market might be what we need anyway. Alright, now do you guys... Yeah, desirability high. See, I knew it was high desirability. These guys will be nice and happy there. Let's up the speed just a smidge-meter here. We've nearly clear-cut all the trees around here, which is fine. I'm sure we can just build another woodcutters, like right around here, and just start chopping up the mountain. But I can see... I remember seeing something about a forester, which probably replants the area, so that we don't just clear-cut ourselves to death. Alright, so each of these houses is going to be 2 people. I don't know where they planned the last one here. But I've certainly allocated enough space and area. I do like that you can zone, and it actually is a more organic version of zoning. Aha! Okay, so we are ready for a Lord Manor. I'm assuming this is where I live. Building part list. So you can get real fancy pants here. So this is the core. I mean, do I want to be the king on the mountain? Yeah, I kind of do. Is there any increase in splendor if I'm way the heck literally lording over my subjects? I don't know, but I'll take it. The other thing I don't know is the little circle. What is that? Is that a bonus to desirability? I don't know, but this looks good to me. That's the core. We need the door. Extension, wood extension, wooden tower, roof chimney. Wood extension, wooden tower, wall banner, weathercock? Oh, weather, like the rooster. Like, what are you talking about, Willis? Pruned hedge. Get a couple of these pruned hedges. Bam. Gotta make sure my digs are all situated properly. Alright, gold's still looking good. Resources are definitely looking good, although we're about to spend most of those. I do wonder about the wisdom of having more than one builder or not. If we get another migrant, I might do that. For some reason, our market tender isn't doing too much here, but that's fair enough. Our transporter Claude is doing their thing. Hopefully, oh, actually Hildegard's the one that moves that around. Ah, you know what? I bet you this granary is what we trade off of once we get access to trade, which again I think is going to require some stuff. So let's speed up. Because again, the trade route mechanics are intriguing to me, because that's going to really determine what kind of things we can and can't do, and what kind of strategies we might want to pursue once we tackle this game in a more strategic mindset. There's our next house going down. Fair enough. I was wondering when they were going to do that. So what does this market sell? This goods market, that is. Nothing by the looks of it. No, we need a market tender. Well, it's clear we don't need to sell goods to our people, so I'll just leave that sitting there idle, because I don't want to have to pull somebody off for another market tender. I'd rather them complete my manor here. One decided to join the village. Excellent. Well, you know what? I am curious now. So sort by arrival, yeah. At the end of the month, promote a villager to a serf. Yeah, it still needs to get built here, and yeah, we did spike the requirements a little bit by adding some extra parts to it, but that's fine. We should be able to handle those just fine. Villager list, villager information, 2 newcomer, and 8 serf. Working villager. Yeah, there's nothing here to say promote. Oh yeah, there's our new person. I was wondering where you were. Jean here. So a scholar. That's probably in the church. We're going to put you into a market tender because I want to see what this place does with an extra one. If it's nothing useful, then we can just move you off to another one. Yeah, there's nothing for you. So, you are going to go and be... Maybe a transporter? Yeah, actually, another transporter would be good because we got to build that warehouse. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's almost done. But I want them to finish that. I want them to finish this and this person's house, and then I'll lay down the warehouse. And yes, I am still only going with the one. So maybe I should make you a builder. Just to speed this part up. I keep changing my mind on what my newcomer needs to do. But I'm sure this game will tell me what I need to do when it comes to selling goods, or what are goods, quote unquote. Probably a more advanced industry. But yeah, having an extra builder on hand will help speed this up. Are you idle? You are idle. All right, let's destroy this. Actually, no, let's not destroy this because we don't get the full refund. We are going to unassign both of these. And actually, yeah, we don't want to lose all that wood. We want to build another lumber camp, and then when we unlock the forester, we'll look to places to where we can go with this. So here, you can do something like this. Yeah. This right here. And let's just make sure our paint here, our development zone for extraction, includes this land up here. Fantastic. Oops. All right, looks good to me. Our manor's coming along. It's got a few more bits to it. Probably building some of the other goodies. All right, state manager. Not walls, public buildings. Unlock a trade route to get more tools. So that looks like how we are going to be doing our tools thing here. There we go. Completed the Lord Manor. Assign a Great Hall function to a Lord Manor room. Do I need to... Is that what these are? Can be assigned a function. Can be okay, so I'm not quite done yet. Okay, all right. So the Grand Hall itself is not the. I need at least one extension for it to actually do anything. Fair enough. Fair enough. We've got the goods for it. I ain't complaining. We got the extra builder going. I think 2 builders is looking good to me. Because we got the new lumber camp going up, we got the manor, we got the housing. We have a lot of building jobs that need doing right now. And having a second builder is probably a good idea. My village. That's better. Much better. Alright, let's speed you up a little bit. So we've got that going up there. Still all of our wood right there because we don't have the warehouse. I might as well plan the warehouse, though. Let's plan out the warehouse. Actually, it would make a lot of sense to put it right here. Rotate it in a manner, though, that everyone can access. Because I want you to access it. Or actually, better yet, put you right here. Hopefully you make a road to here. And we got one new person. Perfect. Alright, no woodcutters are assigned here, but we do want 2 assigned woodcutters here. And once the newbie comes along, we'll find something. Probably make them a transporter. Because the builders and transporters in these types of games are sort of like the oil that lubricates it. Like, it doesn't do anything by itself, but it needs to be, they need to be in part to lubricate the functions of everything else. There we go. Great Hall. Okay, at the end of the month, promote a villager to a serf. Oh, so we can assign the core. I just was clicking on the wrong thing. So we'll get a different function from this little side annex, too. Fair enough. At the end of the month. Promote a villager to a serf. Why at the end of the month? I mean, we'll wait for a week, month. We'll wait for at the very least week 4. But it doesn't tell me why it needs to be specifically the end of the month. So you need service. They have housing, they have water, they have berries, they need service. Fair enough. And you haven't promoted yourself yet. So you're a villager. Oh, I see. Newcomer, serf, commoner, citizen. And here's our newbie. So they won't do anything for us until they actually reach our village, and now we can get them working here. Amalia. Okay, Amalia. You are a transporter. Thank you. That should help us out here, especially once the warehouse is in place. Then we'll need the extra transporters to actually get that moving along. Alright, there's that. So we are going to need that on here. Now I can see it work. See, look at this. Works at 16 meters from home. You don't want people to live too far from their homes. Otherwise, the transport back and forth is going to take forever on their stuff. That makes a lot of sense to me. Home, workplace. Allows you to promote villagers to a higher status. Alright, where do I promote you, though? Because they're already... Hang on a second here. No house, okay. Alright, so we finished our annex here. So what do you do? Cozy room to study blueprint and learn their secrets. That's probably what the scholar does. Yeah, we'll use you for a treasury. Expand our capacity there. Makes a lot of sense to me. Promote a villager to a serf. Because we got villagers. Status promotion rules fulfills current status needs. It just doesn't let me do it manually. Alright, so you're going to hold wood. You're going to hold stone. You're going to hold planks. And yeah, what the hell you hold tools? Let's Amalia. There we go. That way we have one granary person and one warehouse person. I do wish you could just have a global thing, but that's okay. Allows you to promote villagers to a higher status. Alright, unlock trade route for 20 planks. This is where the trade routes come into play. Fair enough. Looks like we're building another house here. Excellent. Actually, this house just upgraded itself. Excellent. Density level 2. That works. I mean, maybe that circle around my manor was a desirability thing. And people just especially want to live here, so it upgrades itself more readily. That works for me. Alright, well, you know what? I think this is a good stopping point. I still have a lot to learn about this game, but it definitely shows promise. So you keep your eyes peeled. You might see it again on my channel, perhaps as a mini-series, or, if I get really into it, a strategy and tactics down the way. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya!